Hello and welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. If this is your first time here, may I suggest you click the subscribe button below and click the bell icon alongside to receive this daily. Today we are going to reflect on Mark chapter 8 verses 1 to 10. In those days, when there was again a great crowd without anything to eat, Jesus called his disciples and said to them, I have compassion for the crowd because they've been with me now for 3 days and have nothing to eat. If I send them away hungry to their homes, they will faint on the way, and some of them have come from a great distance. His disciples replied, How can one feed these people with bread here in the desert? He asked them, How many loaves do you have? And they said 7. Then he ordered the crowd to sit down on the ground, and he took the 7 loaves, and after giving thanks, he broke them and gave them to his disciples to distribute, and they distributed them to the crowd. They also had a few small fish, and after blessing them, Jesus ordered that these too should be distributed. They ate and were filled, and they took up the broken pieces left over 7 baskets full. Now there were about 4,000 people, and he sent them away, and immediately he got into the boat with his disciples and went to the district of Dalmanutha. The Gospel of the Lord. One of the things that I always do during my retreats, and I have 5 coming up over the Lenten season, by the way, is to remind Christians of who our God is. He is great and good, and who we are in our God, and that is also great and good. Created in the image and likeness of God, we are required to do the things that Jesus did while he walked upon this earth, and these include the working of miracles. Most people listen to this with total disbelief, despite the numerous times that Jesus himself had said that we would work miracles. Let me just give you 2 examples. At the end of the Gospel of Mark, Jesus says, These signs will accompany those who believe. In my name, they will drive out demons, they will speak in new tongues, they will pick up snakes with their hands, and when they drink deadly poison, it will not hurt them at all. They will place their hands on sick people, and they will get well. In the Gospel of John, Jesus says, Very truly I tell you, whoever believes in me will do the works I've been doing, and they will do even greater things than these, because I'm going to the Father. And I will do whatever you ask in my name, so that the Father may be glorified in the Son. You may ask me for anything in my name, and I will do it. Try to discover the other times Jesus says this, because Jesus telling you will impact you far more than me telling you. The apostles, of course, also had difficulty believing that they could work miracles, so Jesus had to get them into the act. And in this story that we just read about the multiplication of the fish and loaves, he does exactly this. Faced with a crowd of about 4,000 people and only a few loaves of bread and some small fish in hand, he blesses the food and then hands it over to the apostles to distribute. And when they go about doing this, they realize 2 things. And these are the 2 things that I mentioned at the start of our reflection. Our God is great and our God is good. And when we believe in Jesus, we also become great and good because we're adopted as God's children. As Paul writes to the Romans, the Spirit himself testifies with our spirit that we are God's children. And then he continues, Now if we are children, then we are heirs of God and co-heirs with Christ, which basically means not only do we inherit what Christ has inherited, we also are able to do the things that Christ did. So why do we seem unable to? The answer is in Paul's conclusion. If, he says, we share in his sufferings in order that we may also share in his glory. What suffering? We need to die to ourselves in order that Christ lives in us. And when we do that, just see what happens.